Fruit flies are brownish yellowish. They have 6 legs and red eyes and small wings. Females are bigger and have black striped butts. Males are smaller and have solid black butts.
Fruit fly process begins with eggs. Then they turn into larvae. After larvae, they turn into pupa. And the last stage of the fruit fly process is at the adult stage.
First, you'll put the fruit flies into the freezer for 6 to 8 minutes until they aren't moving. Then, you will slowly and carefully put them onto the frozen petri dish so they will stay still and not wake up to keep them paralyzed. After that, you will gently use a paintbrush to gently scoop them through the funnel back into their original vial until they wake back up.
For culturing fruit flies, you first need to find a clean, empty vial to put your fruit flies in. Then, you need to add roughly 1 teaspoon of dry media to the vial. After you add the dry media, add about 1½ teaspoon of water to the vial. Use a paintbrush to stir and mix the vials until there's no dry media left. Now you have a new vial to put new fruit flies in. Make sure when you put your fruit flies in, you keep them at room temperature.
This is how you determine a phenotypic and genotypic ratio. First, you determine which will be dominant and which one will be recessive. Apparatus will be recessive. Wild type will be dominant. Next, you will have to find what the parents will be. The father is always the dominant. Male. Female. Next is the gametes. To find the gametes, you have to do what is called FOIL. B, B. To find the genotypic and phenotypic ratio, you need to start with the Punnett square, which is always 4 boxes. The father always goes on top, or the dominant trait. Now you multiply. Little b, big B. Little b, big B. Little b, big B. Little b, big B. Now the genotypic ratio depends on if they're all the same. So, in this, there is all 4 that have the same genotypic ratio. So, the genotypic ratio would be 4 out of 4. Because there's 4 boxes and there's 4 the same. Phenotypic would be 100 with the wings, because the bee is the dominant in all four.
Next year, we think you should try this cross. It's a fruit flies, and the big T is the dominant trait, and it's normal body, and the little t is the recessive trait, and it's yellow body. The parents would be, the male would be little t, which would be both yellow recessive traits, and the female would be big T, dominant traits of normal. The gametes would be the same. It would be little t, big T. And then you have to draw upon a square, and you just put this with this, and this with this, and this with this, and this with this. You just cross them, so it would be big T, big T for all four boxes. And this is the parents' cross. And if you, these are the babies, the offsprings, and if you cross them again with each other, this is what you will have. And then you'll have big T, big T, big T, big T, and little t. So the gametes, or the offspring, would be 75% normal body, which is the dominant trait, because they all have 4 big T's, or 3 big T's, and this one would be 25% yellow body, because there's no big T in this one, and this one would be 100% normal body, because all 4 of them have big T's, and that's the dominant trait.
Fruit flies are brownish yellowish. They have 6 legs, red eyes, and small wings. Females are bigger.
First, find a clean, empty vial to put your fruit flies in.
First, you will need to put your fruit flies into the freezer for 6 to 8 minutes.
You have the freezer. Make sure, cut.
First, you'll put the fruit flies into the freezer for 6 to 8 minutes. Until they aren't moving.
Cut.
First, you will put the fruit... After that, you will dump them onto a frozen petri dish so that they won't wake up. I'm just kidding. Put them through the freezer first. This is how you determine a phenotypic and genotypic. Phenotypic.